I think that now more than ever, people are faced with their own mental health. Being stuck in quarantine, there are many less distractions, and there are limitations on your freedom, for lack of a better word. So I think this has really kind of forced people to consider how they can adjust to a completely new schedule and new pattern. And I think that finding new activities and hobbies and new outlets has been important for allowing yourself to adjust. Some of the things that I've been doing is I've been playing piano or getting back into piano since I haven't played it in a long time. So playing piano has been a helpful tool for me to adjust to quarantine because it gives me time to really just focus and be present. So it's given me kind of a habit, a healthy habit to develop and something to kind of add to my schedule and add an element of interest.
I didn't notice it at first, but I think in the last 3 weeks, I've seen a decline in how I respond um, to little things. I notice that I start to get really anxious just over small things. I find a lot of ways to have an outlet for that anxiety, and so one of them is baking. I enjoy having a process that I can complete and then feel accomplished, but it's also enjoyable to get my mind off of the stressors that we can't really affect right now.
Great. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, release. We inhale, reach the fingertips up, and exhale, forward fold. So diving all the way down.
Since being in quarantine, I have reduced my number of hours outside of the home. I am no longer working at the hospital, which was shocking for me to think that I wasn't going to be needed. So I'm doing yoga because it's helping me to center myself, and it's helping with I recognize that there is stress in my neck and shoulders, and I recognize it's also in my body. So that's kind of helping me calm down before going to sleep, because I think I'm not sleeping as well as I was before. I have been doing a lot more reading on awareness and meditation, and so it's also helping with the class that I'm going to be teaching, but it's also helping with mental health. Initially, when the quarantine first happened and we were trying to process, I saw that I was watching a lot of Netflix shows, and that's not really something I do outside of quarantine. I'm not a big TV watcher, so I recognized that that was a way of dealing with it. And so reading helps me to stay active, and it's helping me to move forward in things that I'm interested in. And it's also helping me prepare for the class that I'm going to be teaching. So
This changed. Well, I used to go to 5 schools to teach music, 700 students in a week, and now I'm teaching from home remotely. So it's quite different. I like creating pieces that I can share with my students, hopefully to have a fun beat and it'll be engaging. I find it useful in that I feel there's something meaningful I can do. I feel a need to connect with my students and to do something significant if we're going to take the time out of their week when they're struggling with math and reading. And this allows them to tap into a creative process. I have taken up yoga a bit with my wife. It's a stress reliever, helps with flexibility, and I find that useful. It's great in the morning to start, and as a wind down in the evening before we go to bed. For me, I need to get away from the screen and do something, either run, yoga, yard work, some activity to change it up, because I find myself sitting and looking at screens too much.
And close your eyes. Find a moment of stillness here. A moment of calm. A peaceful moment of conscious breath.